No, it doesn't matter.
I would like to call the reorganization meeting to order with the reading of the meeting notice. The Board of Directors of the School District of the City of Erie, PA will meet in the auditorium at East Middle School, 1001 Atkins Street, on Wednesday, December 6, 2017, at 6 p.m. for the purpose of perfecting an organization as prescribed by the school code. A president and a vice president are to be elected. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Krista Lamb, Assistant Board Secretary, and followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, roll call will be taken for the seated board members. Mrs. Alexandrovich? Here. Mr. Castillo?
Excused.
Mr. Fabrizi?
Here.
Mr. Harkins?
Here.
Mr. Petrunger?
Here.
I will now read into the record the following statement from the Erie County Board of Elections dated December 5th, 2017. To the City of Erie School District, Erie County Board of Elections, I, Kimberly Alexander, Election Supervisor for the Erie County Board of Elections, do hereby certify that the following is the number of votes cast in the City of Erie for the office of School Director in the City of Erie School District at the Municipal General Election held November 7th, 2017 in Erie County, Pennsylvania. Darlene Feeney, 13,334 votes. Thomas Spagel, 12,538 votes. Angela Yule McNair, 10,668 votes. And Tyler Titus, 9,750 votes. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and the seal of the Erie County Board of Elections, County of Erie, Pennsylvania, on this 5th day of December 2017, Kimberly Alexander, Election Supervisor. We are now going to have the oath of office for our newly elected and re-elected board members. We're going to start with Darlene Feeney, followed by Tom Spagel, and then Angela McNair, followed by Tyler Titus. Would Darlene Feeney please come forward? Please raise your right hand. I, Darlene Feeney.
I, Darlene Feeney.
Having been elected.
To
the office of School Director.
To the office of School Director.
For the School District of the City of Erie.
For the School District of the City of Erie.
County of Erie.
County of Erie.
And State of Pennsylvania.
And State of Pennsylvania.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support.
That I will support.
Obey and defend.
Obey and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
And the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
And that I will discharge.
And I will discharge.
The duties of my office.
The duties of my office.
With fidelity.
With fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We'll now ask for Tom Spagel to come forward to take his oath of office. Please raise your right hand. I, Thomas Spagel.
I, Thomas Spagel.
Having been elected.
To
the office of School Director.
The office of School Director.
For the School District of the City of Erie.
For the School District of the City of Erie.
County of Erie.
County of Erie.
And State of Pennsylvania.
And State of Pennsylvania.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support.
that I will support,
obey, and defend
the
Constitution of the United States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations. And next we'll have Attorney Larry Meredith administer the oath to Angela McNair.
Raise your right hand. I, Angela Yule McNair,
I, Angela Yule McNair,
having been elected to the office of school director
having been elected to the office of school director
for the school district of the city of Erie,
for the school district of the city of Erie,
county of Erie,
county of Erie,
and state of Pennsylvania,
and state of Pennsylvania,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
I will support,
obey,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this
and I
Commonwealth,
will discharge the duties of my office
and I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your Honor is indeed honored to provide you with your oath of office. Mr. Tyler Titus, please raise your right hand to be sworn. I state your name.
I, Tyler Titus,
Having been elected
having been elected
to the office of school director
to the office of school director
for the school district of the city of Erie,
for the school district of the city of Erie,
county of Erie,
county of Erie,
and state of Pennsylvania,
and state of Pennsylvania,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge
and that I will discharge
the duties
the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
So sworn. Congratulations.
We're going to ask the board members that were just sworn in to please assume seats behind the podium.
Going your way.
Official. Yes.
At this time, roll call will be taken for the board in its entirety. Mrs. Alexandrovich. Here. Mr. Fabrizi.
Still here.
Mrs. Feeney.
Here.
Mr. Harkins.
Here.
Mrs. McNair. Here. Mr. Petrunger.
Here.
Mr. Spagel.
Here.
Mr. Titus.
Here.
Nominations are now in order for the election of a temporary chair to preside over the election.
I nominate Mr. Fabrizi.
I second.
Is there a motion to close nominations?
Motion to close.
Second.
All those in favor of Mr. Fabrizi serving as temporary chair, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And Mr. Fabrizi will now assume the seat as temporary chair.
Okay, this goes pretty simply. We just want to take nominations for president.
Mr. Chairman, I nominate Mr. Frank Petrunger to be president.
Second.
Spiegel, Ms. McNair.
No, that was not me.
Oh, Linda. Ms. Alexander, second. Okay, so we'll just take a yes vote. Are there any other nominations? Do I have a motion to close nominations?
Second.
All in favor? Nominations are closed.
All in favor. Mr. Fabrizi, if you could please call for the vote to close the nominations.
All in favor. We're just going to do all in favor. All in favor of closing nominations? Aye. That's why I got John here. All right. And so now we're just going to take a vote, a yes or no at this point, right? I mean, we don't have any other nominations. Just do a roll call? Roll call.
Mrs. Alexandrovich? Yes. Mr. Fabrizi?
Yes.
Mrs. Feeney?
Yes.
Mr. Harkins?
Yes.
Mrs. McNair?
Yes.
Mr. Petrunker?
Yes.
Mr. Spiegel?
Yes.
Mr. Titus?
Yes.
Just wanted to do that.
We now take nominations for Vice President.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I nominate Mr. Harkins as Vice President.
Second.
Second by Ms. Alexandrowitz. Any other nominations? Motion to close.
So be it.
Mr. Spiegel.
Second.
Second, Ms. Alexandrowitz. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Alexandrovich?
Yes.
Mr. Fabrizi?
Yes.
Mrs. Feeney?
Yes.
Mr. Harkins?
Yes.
Mrs. McNair?
Yes.
Mr. Petrunker?
Yes.
Mr. Spiegel?
Yes.
Mr. Titus?
Yes.
Yeah. We're now moving on to adoption of rules.
No, you got to vote for the Vice President.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was the rules.
No, that's what we just did, didn't
Mr. Petrunker?
it? Yes.
I believe that the vote that was just taken was to close the nominations.
Okay.
At this point, it would be appropriate to take a motion to approve the nomination of Mr. Harkins.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Should we switch roles here?
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Alexandrovich?
Yes.
Mr. Fabrizi?
Yes.
Mrs. Feeney?
Yes.
Mr. Harkins?
Yes.
Mrs. McNair?
Yes.
Mr. Petrunker?
Yes.
Mr. Spiegel?
Yes.
Mr. Titus?
Yes.
Now we'll move on to adoption of rules.
Mr. Chairman, I move we adopt the rules as they now exist and are before us.
Second.
Mr. Harkins, Mr. Spiegel, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Alexandrovich?
Yes.
Mr. Fabrizi?
Yes.
Mrs. Feeney?
Yes.
Mr. Harkins?
Yes.
Mrs. McNair?
Yes.
Mr. Petrunker?
Yes.
Mr. Spiegel?
Yes.
Mr. Titus?
Yes.
Thank you. I would just like to say I thank everybody for giving me the opportunity again to serve as president, and I look forward to bigger and better things this year. I think our new members bring a lot to the table, and our returning members always bring a lot to the table, and I just look really forward to serving another year. Mr. Harkins?
I'm the antique around here, and I want to be a useful antique, and I've seen a lot of things come and go, and to the new board members, I would say you always hear that this is a thankless job, and we all hear that, and you know, the people do thank you, but the problems never diminish, and when they do, when one problem is solved, three more crop up, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just that the nature of this is such that there's always important, difficult struggles that we have to deal with, and so for Tom Spiegel and Angela McNair to know full well what's involved and want to give us another 4 years, and for Mrs. Feeney, who spent her career many years as a teacher and now wants to roll up her sleeves and jump into the fray with us for no compensation. That's admirable, and I salute her for it. And for a young man like Tyler Titus to want to similarly jump into this, knowing as best they can know what's involved, it's very uplifting for all of us to know that there are fresh people willing to join the struggle. So I welcome them. I have a good feeling about all of this based on a meeting we had a few weeks ago where everyone participated. So like you, Mr. Pachunga, I'm optimistic, hopeful, and eager to go.
Thank you. Any other board directors would like to remark?
Mr. President?
Yes.
I just want to congratulate you on your presidency and Mr. Harkins on his vice presidency. I'd like to welcome back both Mr. Spiegel and Mrs. McNair, and welcome Mrs. Feeney and Mr. Titus. I'm looking forward to working with you, and I think that your perspectives that you bring here will be very, very beneficial to the team. Thank you very much for putting yourself out there and running.
Anybody else?
Mr. President?
Yes.
I just want to say thank you for everybody who voted me to serve another 4 years on the board. I feel like, you know, the last 4 years, everything I said that I was going to do, I pretty much tried to do. But this 4 years, I really plan on working with the rest of the board members and putting the pedal to the metal and really getting down and, you know, focusing on the educational piece for the students. I mean, a lot of our last 4 years was based on budget and, you know, making sure we get all that right. But moving forward, I would like to focus strongly on the educational piece. I want to see no child really left behind, and I look forward to working with our new members, Ms. Feeney and Mr. Titus, and as always, I love working with Mr. Spiegel and the rest of the board. I really applaud our new superintendent, Brian Polito. He's been an awesome leader since he's been on duty as superintendent, and one reason that motivated me to get back on the board, just knowing that, you know, somebody who's a great leader like that, you know, is moving forward with us as a district. So I'm looking forward to the next 4 years, and as always, I'm here for the rest of the board, and I'm here for the community and the families and the kids in our district.
Thank you. Mr. Spiegel.
Well, we're in the middle of this love fest, too. Tell you. People say it's a thankless job, as John said, and he would know. He's been here for working on 4 decades now, something like that. But more than anything else, I know that we're doing the right thing. It's very humble to think that X number of thousands of people voted for all of us, so thank you, certainly. But thank you most, I think, you know, to our family members and loved ones that are here that really put up with us being away from home, and we could be doing many other things, but we're here. But I really, after the first 4 years, I thought, should I do this or not do it again? But then I look at my 11-year-old son, who's getting a terrific education. And I'd love to say it's something to do with us here, but it's very little to do with us here, I think, to be perfectly honest. More of those people in the back that feel kind of pressed that you have to come here for one reason or another. But it's the staff within the school district that does just a wonderful job. I bounce around to the schools. I can see the commitment. You know, I don't think any of the teachers here are making, you know, none of them are wealthy. I think they're doing this because they want to do it, and I certainly support what they do and appreciate what they do. I just know that Mr. Heasley, who's here, is my son's favorite teacher. He talks about him more than probably me. You know, so that's a good thing. And that is the dedication and commitment and influence that you have on these young minds and develop them. So I really, really appreciate the staff a lot more than they certainly get credit for. You know, echoing what Angela said, and she knows a little bit about this because she's been through this for the first 4 years, all we talked about. Money, 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 you know, and I was tired of talking with Jay, money, money, money. Now Brian's here, and he's the hero because we have some money, and he's a smart guy, and now we can start focusing on the important things like curriculum. And that's what you have to look forward to, is not so much as having to deal with the issues that we've had to scrape and, okay, sorry, you have to go, but you have to go, and we get to keep you. Now we get to deal with the important stuff. So you have some challenges ahead of you as well, but I look forward to working with both of you guys in particular to do better and great things.
Thank you, Mr. Spiegel. Mr. Chairman. Ms. Feeney.
We'll keep this love fest going. I want to thank all of you for all your hard work and dedication. You have had a very difficult job, and I applaud you. I know the decisions you made were extremely difficult, but I know you did it with the best interests of the students. I am thoroughly looking forward to working with you. I enjoyed our retreat. I appreciate the fact that you have been so welcoming and gave us the opportunity before we even sat here for our first time, but to get to know the district a little bit better from your perspective. And as a teacher, I am very ecstatic and looking forward to being able to talk about curriculum and being able to talk about programming. So our future, I think, is moving in the right direction, and I thank you again.
Thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes.
I'd like to congratulate you and Mr. Harkins on your positions as President and Vice President, Mr. Spiegel and Mrs. McNair for being reelected to the board, and Mrs. Feeney and Mr. Titus, that you were elected to the board, and I look forward to working with you both.
Thank you. You don't have to be, it's up to you.
No, may I?
Absolutely.
I wasn't prepared for a speech. No, what I wanted to say is I'm eager to hit the ground running. To everyone that stood beside me, I thoroughly appreciate every single one of you. I know that this board has had to face some impossible decisions, and you guys did so with grace. And I really do look forward to the decisions that we're going to make from here on out, now that we can get back to the matters that we've all wanted to work on to begin with, and that being curriculum, safety, the teachers, and most importantly, the students and their education. From here on out, I hope that we keep working as a team to make the biggest difference possible for our kids and the teachers and the community. I know that there's a lot of brilliant set of skills that we've got on this board, and I'm really excited to see how we can all bolster each other up to bring those out and make the biggest difference possible for our school district. So thank you again.
Thank you. Mr. Polito.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank our new board members. I look forward to working with both of you. But I also just like to take a moment and thank the board as a whole for really supporting us for the last 2 years as we fought for this additional funding. I think when we started this process, a lot of people thought we were crazy, that this was an impossible task, but you stood by us and fought for our kids to the bitter end through some very difficult times, and I just want to thank you for that. And that perseverance and focus really made a difference. And now we're moving forward in a positive direction. And as we move past the finances and into education, I know we can build on this victory and start to move this district in a positive direction that will have a long-term impact on the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Jones?
I just want to congratulate our newly elected board members, Darlene and Titus. I look forward to working with you both. I want to congratulate Frank Bertrunger and John Harkins on your reelection as president and vice president, and I'm looking forward to continue working with you. And also want to congratulate Tom and Angela publicly on being reelected. And I just want you to know that Krista and I are always here for you. Whatever you need, we are here to serve you, and we look forward to working with you in 2018 and beyond.
Thank you so much. At this time, I take a motion to adjourn.
So be it.
Mr. Spiegel?
Second.
Second by Ms. Alexandrowitz. All those in favor, say aye. 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 Those opposed? Meeting's adjourned.